Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO, and you are listening to episode 74 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. We're recording this episode on, well, now it's November 27th. It was November 26th, but we're 36 minutes over midnight. I mean, it's still the same day. We're recording episodes 73 and 74 on the same day. I mean, both music episodes with my boy Warren here. You know what I mean? And as always, we got a dope show for you, man. We got a dope show. If you're new to this show, just know you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Links are in the description. Also, check out our personal links as well. Twitch.tv/BLAZExENFERNO and Twitch.tv/Eknight117. Very important. Check them out. And remember to rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify to help us grow. Like it on YouTube, comment on YouTube. Really just, engage with this, man, because this is the podcast is kind of our way of extending off stream. I feel like streaming is kind of like not my main thing, but it's like, because I'm a content creator at the end of the day, but a lot of my content creation goes into the content that I create while streaming live for you guys. And this is just kind of like an extension to have just kind of like an off-stream conversation with listeners and other people and stuff like that. But if you're into that type of thing, I play a lot of games and do a lot of shit. So check us out over there, man. And always, in the description, we've got our boy blackguygames.com. Make sure you check him out for the latest gaming news. You guys know what it is, man. You see the title. We got an album retrospective for y'all. This one was recommended by Warren. We kind of did this thing. We're going to flip-flop. It's going to be my turn and his turn. And then, maybe we'll get Bird involved on an episode, and then he'll give us one. But today we are going to be talking about Wiz Khalifa's pivotal mixtape, probably his best mixtape, maybe one of the best mixtapes to ever release on Dat Piff too. Like real shit.
All the superlatives, man. Probably his best body of work to date, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that would be Kush and Orange Juice by Wiz Khalifa. Give us a little background, Warren, because I'm not going to say, but I do believe you might have been one of the people to put me on it. I don't know if it was you or if it was somebody else, but you definitely listened to it before I did. So
I honestly can't remember what exactly was it. Maybe it was my little brother that put me onto it or something like that. Because I remember this was the mixtape that made me kind of become a full, like, before my feelings about Wiz were kind of like, scattershot and everything. I know I had listened to like some pieces of like Flight School prior to that, and like maybe a few of like what was his fucking mixtape before
Deal
that?
or No Deal?
No, what was it? Star Power.
Star Power, that joint. That's a banger.
Yeah. But like, when it came to this particular mixtape, this is what did it for me, and it really just like if anything, it was probably my introduction to like being really more critical and evaluative of music as a whole. But it set such a bar that it kind of like damaged my perception of other things that kind of came after it, because it was such a high bar that this thing had set, that I was kind of like, if anything else after this does not meet that same criteria, which for a lot of artists, when they drop a classic, more times than not, it's not going to be classic after classic after classic, but it's like the follow-up project is good, but not to the same level of that, and you shouldn't always evaluate every artist to their, match up with their previous work, because like they were in a different space of inspiration. And this was, I think, the pinnacle of, his level of inspiration, in my humble opinion. So this was definitely, but this came out around college years, freshman year of college, if I'm not mistaken. 2011, 2012.
Yeah, no, this shit came out like 2010, right?
Oh, no, wait, yep, I was in high school. So it was like senior year high school, that's when it came out. That's right.
Man. Hold on, I'm going to get the exact date. I know that shit's probably on like Wikipedia or something. Dog, on my mixtape, it says in the middle of 2016, Wiz Khalifa released the mixtape Kush and Orange Juice. Yeah, that's definitely wrong.
April 14th, 2010.
Damn. Yeah. So, yeah, for me, man, I don't know who the fuck put me on this joint. I think it was just maybe like it might be a Pennsylvania thing. And I think that shit was making its way over to the Philly area. But Wiz was getting big. He was blowing up off of this mixtape and his album that came out at around the same time, called Deal or No Deal, when he was on Rostrum Records, which was the same record label that Mac Miller was on too, at the same time. So
this was definitely the project that made him, that shot him into the mainstream.
Yeah, hell yeah. And this was right before Black and Yellow came out.
Well before.
Yeah, not even long before. Black and Yellow came out like this 2010.
Rolling Papers came out 2011, so maybe around that. So somewhat, because remember, Cabin Fever came and then Rolling Papers. I want to say, or did Cabin Fever come after Rolling?
Cabin Fevers came after Rolling Papers, because chill. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Wiz joint. That's my favorite Wiz joint. But this is a definitely close second. You know what I mean? Close second for me. Because I love Cabin Fever. That shit was fucking phenomenal, dog. I was just listening to Phone Numbers the other day.
Classic. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, when this shit hit over here in Philly, man, like all the stoner niggas was loving this shit, man. And then I believe like right after that, that's when he came out and he came out with Black and Yellow. He had the little yellow strip in his fucking hair and shit, and niggas started doing that shit. I mean, Wiz was a pioneer, dog. He's a pioneer. But he was definitely a pioneer to this motherfucking weed shit, dog, because listen, it was almost mandatory to listen to this joint and smoke at the same time, dog. I mean, I remember smoking in this joint.
He crafted like a subgenre within rap, like just straight up stoner raps. It was just like he was just like king of that shit.
Yep.
Also, I looked it up. What's it? Cabin Fever came out a month before Rolling Papers.
Wow. When did Rolling Papers come out?
It came out in March of 2011, and
that makes sense.
Cabin Fever came out in February.
Because I used to listen to that joint on my way to school and shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good mixtape, dog. We're gonna kind of break this joint down track by track. I got the track list here in front of me. So we're gonna start off with the first song, which is more of like an interlude to this shit. Waking Bacon. You know what I mean? How you feel about this joint, man? How you feel about this classic song, dog?
This thing, it literally just sets the mood.
Dog, like, I smoked so much weed in this fucking song, dog. I've smoked so much fucking weed to this song, dog. Oh my God.
It is. Listen, it is a great introduction to kind of set the tone for what is to come for the rest of the song. It's not even like, there isn't much to be said in this. If anything, I think there was more said in the outro than there was with this right here. You were just kind of getting like almost like it's an introduction but an interlude at the same time.
Yeah. I like this shit. Yeah, that's track one. Not really much to say. It's only a minute and some change. How you feel about Mesmerized, though? The original Mesmerized.
Ooh, my gosh. It ain't shit changed but the amount of horses in my motor when I switch lanes.
Holy shit.
This now we're talking like proper introductory song. Now this set the tone for like what was to be expected for the rest of the album, because man, I'm talking lyrical prowess, just the flow, just the hook itself is what carries this. But man, I loved it up down. Like you had to like listen to it on a nice sunny day on a drive or something like that. Like there's so many different like vibes that you can fit into listening to this song, and it's just timeless, absolutely timeless. there's no point where I would ever feel as though I'd get tired of listening to this song.
Yeah,
Like, it has
man.
to have a specific kind of mood to it for sure.
Definitely one of the highlights on the motherfucking album, dog. One of my favorites. One of my favorite Wiz songs ever, dog.
Mm.
I love this fucking song, dog. I love this fucking song. Listen, I'm right there with Warren, man. I love this fucking song, man. Let's talk about We're Done, which is track number 3. How'd you feel about this joint, man? This is definitely a song from 2010 too. Now that I think about it.
I forgot about We're Done too as well. But like, yeah, what's it? If anything, I'm not gonna say it was a drop off because it's like, yeah, I liked it. Of course, I liked it and everything like that. But I don't necessarily know how to describe it. Like, what was being sampled when they were like using it, and whatnot. And didn't they have like was the skit before this or after this?
After this.
Okay, but yeah, listen. If anything, it's almost like a throwaway, but a solid throwaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right after this is the skit, which is track 4. And then track 5, we get one of my favorite songs on the fucking album, the motherfucking Statement, nigga. I love this fucking song, dog.
Now, before we get into that, I will say like the mixtape itself it's constructed like as if it's an album because it's like there's so many interludes and skits and things that are just kind of sprinkled in. Like, you could tell that like this was masterfully crafted to kind of put you in some sort of state. Like, you were like, this was. Again, shit to smoke to, shit to wake and bake to, whatever you want, like whatever the circumstances that you may be in. Like, you're riding around listening to the radio station and here's what's being played, like some Wiz Khalifa, and this was it. Now, the Statement, oh gosh, this ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. And we belong on the top of We Ain't Tripping, because we'll get there in a minute. That's just that shit. That's for real.
Damn,
what more can be said about that? Because the Statement itself is the hook. It's that shit for real. I remember listening to this, and my man was like, "Yeah, listen, you gotta listen to this shit like every day as motivation, my man, for real."
Damn, dog, that was my shit, dog. Statement was my shit, man. This joint was really my shit, dog. Yo. Man, look, this was a good retrospective, though. I love this song, man. The next song is number 6 is Spotlight. I really ain't like this song. I've never
Okay. So when it came to that, like, what's it, Spotlight? Oh man, what's it? The sample that was used for this, John. Like, was it what was the what's it? The song that sampled it? Dexter. Life is War. Theme from the Planets by Dexter Wenzel, and it's a common like drum line it's been sampled quite a bit, but he also kind of takes it a step further and kind of like samples pretty much the introductory melody in there as well. Listen, highly underrated. I think the way it's crafted and the way the sounds sort of kind of blend together and whatnot.
Yeah.
Almost if it's a night vibe. The thing about this project, it does have so many different sounds and pieces to it that could fit so many different aspects of the day. The common through line though is that you just got to be smoking at different points of it. But again, don't want to like alienate anybody because like myself, if you don't smoke, this is still something that you want to listen to because it's just relaxing. It's an entire vibe and a half.
Yeah.
Just oh god, like. We're gonna be listen for every single one of these tracks. There's gonna be a point where we're just gonna be like, "Listen, man, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, and it's good." This shit holds up, man. Like for real. What makes like these retrospectives so valuable is to kind of like having that period of like, okay, in between, like our next recording is to listen to like the entire project again, and then having what are our thoughts in 2023 or so on, and how they kind of fit with the song now versus how and the feelings that we had when we first initially listened to it. And I can't help but be brought back to the feelings that I had when I was the first initially listening to it when it came to this particular project. Like
Yeah,
you
man.
can't help but be put back into a time machine.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I think that's, like you said, I think that's the purpose we kind of do these retrospective things. We kind of do them just to kind of look at an album that we may have forgotten about, or an album that back in the day didn't really hit as hard, or even an album like this that we love so much that we kind of just want to share that love for you, because you the listener may have never heard this project before, and if you haven't, you just missing the fuck out, dog. This is
Or you just might be being newly introduced to this particular genre in this space, and you want to get familiar with some of the higher quality that has been like released in hip hop, and I want to say not necessarily recent years, but through the years. We kind of concentrate mostly along like the 2000s, of course, when it comes to like the things that we're kind of retrospectively reviewing.
mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah. So after that, we got the next song is the skit, and then it's the Kid Frankie.
Yeah, Kid Frank was a vibe too as well. Yeah, straight banger.
That's my shit, dog. That's my fucking shit, dog. God damn. See, the last two album retrospectives we did were albums that we were just like, okay, this is cool, but like, I mean, like, or
certain things aged well, other things did not.
Yeah. How you feel about the Kid Frankie, man?
Listen, I have nothing bad to say, okay? While you talking it, I'm out here living it. Niggas know we doing a thing because we out here getting it, niggas. I rep the gang.
This some Pittsburgh ass shit, dog. Like,
dog, that shit, like it's it's a melody, it's a vibe. Like Wiz was really on his shit, dog, when he did this, man.
Yeah.
I gotta commend him for the sample that he used for this one too, as well. But this entire mixtape was sample heavy. But this one in particular, like I remember listening to like the original song for this. I forget what the name of that fucking song was, but listening to the original and then blending it into Kid Frankie. Oh my god, this is just wild, man. Like honestly, Wiz was ahead of his time. Wiz at this particular time was like, yeah, this nigga's a star. All right, this was artistry at its peak, and we can talk further like after we go through the album, like where did Wiz sort of go after a project like this kind of went, because like, man, I'm just gonna say right now, this was perfect. This is perfect. Every last bit of it. It is perfect. It is a perfect piece of work, and that's rare to say about literally anything that any artist. Like, have you ever? What are the albums or mixtapes that you could say came out that are like no skips, front to back, all good?
Wiz got like two of them, really, because I think that's how I feel about Cabin Fever, dog. Like that joint ain't got no skips, dog.
Right,
that joint ain't got no skips.
But mind you, Cabin Fever was fairly short.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. But that shit was heat, dog. That's easily one of my favorites, man.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, I'm trying to think. No skips. I'd say like, you talking about just mixtapes or albums in general?
Anything, mixtapes or albums.
Man, I say Drake, Take Care ain't got no skips. Easily, no skips. Damn, I'm trying to think of something else. It's crazy because Wiz really got two of them. What was the one that he came out with that crashed?
Taylor All the Dice.
Yeah, Taylor's All the Dice. That was a good joint. I wouldn't say it had no skips though.
That is something we've got to retrospectively review, because it's like at the time that was where I learned that to not hold projects to the standard of its predecessors, because overall it's a good mixtape, but it just wasn't Kush and Orange Juice good, but it was still good.
Yeah, we all did that shit too. That was the bad part about it. I mean,
we definitely got to go back and give it its flowers.
Yeah, hell fucking yeah, man. But after the Kid Frankie, we got we got another banger, dog. Another certified hood classic, dog. We got fucking Up, dog. Which like I said, if you're a smoker, you smoked to this song before. And if you haven't, you don't smoke no fucking weed, dog. You don't smoke no fucking weed, dog. All right. Let's just say how it is. You don't smoke no motherfucking weed, man.
Despite all that, I would say this is probably the second most. It's between that and another track on here. I would go is probably the most stoner track on here. Like this is just like you can't go wrong with this.
Yeah, this a classic, dog. This a classic.
I like how he just mellowed it out too when it came to this. Like this,
yeah.
You get various different energies on this project, and this was probably the mellowest of the mellow when it came to this. And it was just like, yeah, it's fucking good, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Fucking definitely.
Let's go to the next
this project.
Wait till you go to the next one. Now this is where this is where he turned the fuck up. Now, like
this is my favorite song on the project, man.
For a lot of people, this was a lot of people's favorite song. To be honest,
and unfortunately, you can't even listen to it in all of its glory on Apple Music because they couldn't get rights to the Chrono Trigger sample that they used for the Apple Spotify version. So they had to change the beat, but the original beat is fucking amazing, and it is a Chrono Trigger sample, like I said, and the song's called "Never Been," dog. It's my favorite song. It's one of the few songs that Wiz has that he made a sequel to it, and it was just as fucking good, dog.
And he also used the Chrono Trigger sample for that one as well.
Dog. Never Been is like top 3 Wiz songs, dog. It's that good, dog.
Wiz, like, you gotta commend him for, like, on top of that, like, the ear to want to be able to use video game music as samples, because he did this with Miss Right for Now, where he used Green Hill Zone and sampled Green Hill Zone for that song on Flight School. I'm like, dog, this, like, his, again, ahead of his time.
I think he did the same thing with Star Power too. I think he did the same exact thing with Star Power.
Right, that's like, listen, trailblazing right there, man. Trailblazing, and you gotta like give artists credit for being that brave. Because low key, video game songs be hitting for real on the low. Yeah. And dog, listen, deadass. I tell people this to like the end of time. The original soundtrack for Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite of all time. It is like there's no reason why that soundtrack needs to be as hard as it was, and it just was. But like, listen, and underratedly so. Like, Michael Jackson has worked on like songs in video games. I think he famously worked on Sonic 2 soundtrack or Sonic 3's, one of the two. Like he worked probably under both, because I know he worked under a pseudonym under one of them, but then was probably out for another one. I can't remember, but he's been involved in shit like that. Certain, like, listen, man, that should be right. And to have the kind of foresight to be like, I'm going to use this shit, sample it, and put it into a rap track, and then let's put some drums onto it and heavy bass line. Oh, for real, dog. Listen, Never Been is up there. It's a fucking great track, man.
Damn. Yeah, man. I love this song, dog. I really love this song, dog. I have to play it on stream one time just because I really love this song, dog. Very great song. Great sample. Great bars, man. Just, she said she never been. Oh my God, man. Just good, man. Just good shit.
I had a great time listening to this again, man.
Yeah. Then track 11, we got In the Cut, which is another one of my favorites. It's crazy because the lower end of this album is like my favorite part of the album. Like from like up all the way down is like my favorite part of the album. I love In the Cut, dog. Dog, just such a good chill vibe, dog. Just the whole album, just a cool chill vibe. Like, this is some shit that you gonna either roll a blunt to, or you gonna listen to while you driving, or you just gonna listen to while you getting some schoolwork done or some shit, man. Good music, dog. How you
I
feel
also
about this song?
I implore everyone to listen to the sample that was used for this song, "Let Go" by Frau Frau. Listen, goosebumps listening to the original song and then like allowing it to blend into this as well. Oh God!
Yeah,
Again, like it didn't. Listen, if anything, I probably when constructing my like samples and covers playlist, and then when I landed on like Wiz Khalifa and having to go through this project and all the samples that was used, I walked away with an even greater appreciation for this project because
yeah,
of like how detailed he was in the sampling. Like, dog, listen, man. I'm a sucker for samples, but my goodness, man, like they don't sample like they used to anymore. And this is kind of like grade A example how to properly just do that shit. Just you can get it from whatever obscure corner that you can, cross genre or whatever. Again, Wiz ahead of his time. Okay,
yeah.
like I can see why somebody would listen to this and be like, oh yeah, that's a star. And we need to get on top of this shit right now and ride this wave to whatever the fuck this because this nigga going places.
Real shit, dog.
Yeah,
Real shit, man. It's crazy because like let's talk about then and now. Let's talk about now. Like Wiz, he's still working, man. And the motherfucker's still working, dog. And I think he's one of the few artists that has like full creative potential still. And I think he's independent now. So he makes, all the money from his music now. I think that's why
yes,
he drops the way he does.
yes, and listen from an like creator empowerment standpoint, that's fantastic. But as
Yeah.
far as like the potential that we saw of him and like where he'd be, like there's many critiques that you can make about him now, where you're just kind of like, where was the artistic growth? Because like everything is still weed. Like he kind of like shoebox himself upon like once he got mainstream. People will say that he kind of sold out to a degree because it's like
Yeah.
he almost kind of became like too collegey in a way. Like the content itself kind of just like almost it got really like was kind of the same way why white people love Mac Miller so much. It kind of stayed in this particular lane of like
Yeah.
artistry. So it's like there was like this project was like the introduction to the potential of what we could have gotten from him, and then like once he kind of got big and blew up, we kind of got almost like a poppy sort of like frat rappy, just kind of like this wasn't the direction that we at least envisioned for him when we first got when we first were hearing like the mixtapes and everything like that. And it's kind of like the difference between like the way you are when you're grinding for it versus like how you are when you have an industry label kind of like behind you. And
Yeah.
he drops a lot these days, but it's like how many
A
people these days are
lot. A
how,
lot, dog. A
how many people
lot.
are oh dog, do we ever have like a Wiz Khalifa album on our like album like reviews or anything?
I already know. Last one we talked about was probably that Rolling Papers too.
Did we even talk about Rolling Papers too?
Yeah, I think we did.
I
Nah, because Rolling Papers 2 came out years ago. So
I think
yeah,
we might have talked about like Girl Talk for a little bit, and that was like a collab.
Girl
Like was
Talk. What
no wait, that
collab
was
was that?
what's it? Let me
Oh,
look.
you
Let me
talking
look.
about the collab he did with Juicy J, the Stoner Nights. Stoner Nights.
No, no,
We
no,
did
no, no.
talk about that.
We talked about the one that he did. What's it with? It was like him, Big Crit, and somebody else.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that shit. I don't
Let me
remember that
see.
shit. Hold on. Let me look at this nigga discography real quick.
Oh, Full Court Press. There we go. It was with Wiz, Girl Talk,
Oh,
Smoke This,
yeah.
and Girl Talk. Yeah.
Yeah, we might have talked about that. Damn, that's a damn, what the fuck?
Briefly too, because it's not like it did anything.
It was only 10 songs too.
And after that, and then this came out in 2022, and then he dropped like two more that same year, and then like what's it?
Yeah,
Re-release
he
Star
dropped
Power.
he dropped Multiverse and G Rage.
Did not even know about them, and he dropped two projects this year, and like I have not listened to either of them.
Yeah, I just put the Cali Stoners joint in my because I've been meaning to listen to that. I've been meaning to listen to that. But this Sia joint look kind of
Long.
yeah. It's
Look
just
at
25 fucking songs.
hour and some change. So he definitely put some effort into it. But listen, I might just peep and we might just discuss it on our own time just to see like what it is. But like, yeah, that just kind of shows you: is it a fall off? Is it a fall from grace? Like, what is? How do we describe Wiz
I
and
think
his
with Wiz,
current
right?
state now?
I think Wiz got a whole different bag now. So rap is just something that he do, but it's like he's like kind of like Snoop Dogg. He got a whole nother bag now, man. He got a weed business. I was gonna say this earlier when we were talking about the then and now, but it's like Chevy Chase is getting his bars up. He's getting his shit up. Chevy Chase getting ready to drop like I think like his first album, like really his first
You mean
like
Chevy Woods? You mean right?
Chevy Woods, yeah, Chevy
Yeah.
Woods. Yeah, I mean, getting ready to drop his shit. And then I think they got into the gaming space because they got Taylor Gang Gaming. I mean, which your boy tried to apply for it. I mean, couple months back. I mean, yeah, they got their own little little game squad joint. So I mean, he got a lot of different ventures that he tapping into. I think music is just one of those things he still does because he still got love for the craft and all that good shit. Because even if you look at some of these newer albums, he ain't got nobody like crazy on there. He got Chevy Woods and he got fucking other people from his label. You know what I mean? So
Listen,
I wouldn't even call it fall from grace. I think it's like, I think a lot of times like people think you got to have like longevity like Jay-Z to for people to say, all right, he never fell off. He's one of the greatest. Like, it's okay to come in, get what you can get from this shit, and then flow to the back, man. There's nothing wrong with that, dog. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the
I
same thing.
guess,
Go ahead.
I guess, but it's like I think of like artists like 50 Cent, where it was kind of pretty blatant that that was like the move. He kind of utilized the music space as an entry point so that so he could develop and do other things. But even in that process, he did some groundbreaking shit in the
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
Wiz, it's kind of like we as great as Kush and Orange Juice was, it wasn't something that was Grammy recognized or because like yeah, it was a mixtape or anything like that. It only showed potential of like listen, if it could be Grammy recognized, I would put it in there. But like this was a different time period, so it's like people aren't looking at mixtapes like that. Like fucking Coloring Book was the first mixtape to get like actually a Grammy, to be honest. But
What
and
was?
that Coloring Book.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Oh
and that
shit.
came out, and that was years after Cushion Orange Juice.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But like, I guess we wanted to see more. What is a classic album from Wiz Khalifa for somebody that has been so present in the hip hop space and well known? What can we say as far as like his general body of work has been a
We
classic?
we talking about a classic album or a classic mixtape?
Album because evidently he has like classic mixtapes plural, but like what classic album has he given? But on top of that, what is his imprint? What was his influence onto the game? Because I can tell you maybe Gucci Mane don't got a classic album. He definitely has classic mixtapes, but he also has a legacy and an influence on the game. That goes without question with all the people that came after him. What
Yeah.
what is Wiz Khalifa's legacy when it comes to being in hip hop?
Mm. Yeah, maybe that's something we gotta sit down and maybe really think about. Cause damn, I never even really thought about that.
It is something to consider when it comes to like certain artists, because like yeah, like listen, some artists like listen, if you're trying to get in here, get your money, and then like move on to other things, then by all means, some people do it, and then like what's it, they become like what's it, they fade away, and then like we don't care too much about their music, but they're at least they're on to other things. 50 Cent, like listen, he came, gave us 2 classics. Everything else was kind of meh after that. But
Yeah, definitely.
you can't deny that he left a major, major impact. G Unit of itself was a wave. It
Yeah.
was a tidal wave over New York. Get Rich or Die Trying is one of my favorite albums of all time. Dog, listen, globally, 50 Cent was a tour de force.
Yeah.
Even if, again, and it's like, I look back on his music life, it's like, he really didn't give us that much. Compared to, like, okay, a Snoop Dogg, he gave us a lot. Snoop Dogg gave us a lot. He has classics. And he had, like, a decent level of longevity, too, in his music life. So, like, yeah, you can't question his output and everything like that. And even that, listen, his recent musical output, it may not be the old stuff, but it was still pretty impressive. Listen, I'll say this. I will say this.
You think Wiz should have gave us more?
I think his overall hip hop legacy is his underperformed expectations, is what I would say. Because, like, listen, we're talking so glowingly about this project, and like the excitement that we had for this artist and what he, like, the potential that he had to what he could bring us. Dog, like, I can't stress it enough that this is a perfect body of work. So it's like, I wanted that same energy at least put into something, but, like, you can tell from, like, Rolling Papers, the sound was just different. The sound was not the same. Like, everything just kind of, like, of course there was, like, songs that I did like from Rolling Papers and whatnot.
Rolling Papers was very commercial, but I'm glad we got to this point, because I was still one of those people that really, 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 and I think you remember this, I really liked Rolling Papers, dog. Like a lot, man. And I felt like it's only, like, right for us too, because that was music for us, man. That was like music for niggas that's about to go to college, and, you know what I mean? Like, just a little bit older than high school, you know what I mean? Because what were we, like 18, about to be 19, some of us. Yep. You know what I mean? It was perfect music for that time, and we just started partying. So you had, like, songs like No Sleep.
Yeah.
You had the intro, still one of my favorite songs ever. Well, when I'm gone, or whatever it is. Like, he had a lot of good songs on that joint, man.
The Race is one of my favorite songs.
The Race, nigga, The Race. Like, and that's one of the most Wiz songs. That's a Wiz song, dog. The Race. That's like Larry June's whole motherfucking personality in one song, dog. The Race. Like, real shit, man. No, real shit, man. Like, it's crazy because, like, really thinking about it, dog, like, Wiz ain't never been, like, my favorite or nothing, like, favorite artist. Like, I'd never put him in there like he was one of the greatest or anything. But his offerings that he did give to hip hop were pretty dope, dog. Like, I think he kind of was that machine. And shout out to Pennsylvania, because we was kind of the machine behind mixtapes kind of being what they are today. Like, if you think about it, like Kush and Orange Juice, then we had fucking Dreams and Nightmares. Being like, these are albums, these are mixtapes that had commercial success. You know what I mean? Well, on the streets and off the streets, nigga. You know what I mean? The first not Dreams and Nightmares. What was the first joint?
Dream Chasers.
Dream Chasers. Yeah, man. It's like Mr. Philadelphia, man. Like
Flamers.
Yeah, well, that's a hood classic, dog. I doubt anybody that's been a Meek fan since he hit the mainstream has ever heard fucking Flamers 2, let alone Flamers 3, nigga. Shit.
Or 2.5, because that was a whole different thing too as well.
Yeah, 2.8, nigga, shit. Oh, like I said, man, like Wiz was there for that, dog. Like, I remember, like, mixtapes was always a thing. I mean, like, again, like 50 Cent was one of the people that actually revolutionized the mixtape too, to a commercial level. But I do believe that in our teen adolescence to young adult life, yeah, I mean, Wiz was one of the people that really pioneered that shit. Like I said, I ain't never heard of a website crashing until motherfucking Taylor's Alderdice was on the fucking way, dog. That shit crashed the fucking site, dog.
That was a wild time. Like, I
Nigga,
remember.
Pittsburgh niggas didn't know how to act, nigga. Like they was wilding, dog. Like you couldn't meet a Pittsburgh nigga. Like them niggas was just wilding, dog. Like y'all from Pittsburgh, nigga. You know, black and yellow, nigga. Like, oh man.
That's because
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
man.
That's because Pittsburgh ain't have nothing. Okay, like dog, they're
Pittsburgh
old.
had,
They
they
had
had shit.
they're an old steel town that don't really got shit going on for. But now they
Yeah.
got Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller to their name now.
And Pernannies, that's it. The good hoagies. They hoagies busting out that joint.
I need to check that out. I need to go to Pittsburgh, to be honest.
I've been saying that for years, dog. Listen, they got them hoes out Pittsburgh, dog. I'm trying to tell you, man. When I used to be on Tinder back in my day, dog, it was nothing but little fine little mommies out there, dog. Like, yeah, we got to slide out to Pittsburgh, dog.
We got to slide out to Pittsburgh then. That's gonna be the move.
That's a nice little drive, though. That shit like 5 hours, dog, to be in the same state.
Fuck it, I'm flying. I don't give a fuck, nigga.
Shit, I'm not taking that drive, though. That shit's crazy. 5 hours to be in the same state, crazy.
Yeah, dead ass. I'm gonna find like some alternative, unless you like hop a bus or something, nigga. It's like 2 hours to get to Harrisburg.
Yeah, but Harrisburg's not that far, dog.
It's like the middle of the state. Like it took us like a minute to get to like it's like the midway point. So you want to like take another 2 hours to Harrisburg and maybe another couple hours to like get to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let me look at it.
I'm gonna look that joint up. We gotta go out there one time and just tell everybody when we touch down. Yeah, we from Philly, nigga.
Hey, it's like it's damn near a 5 hour drive.
I told you that. It's like 5.5 hours.
Fuck, man. Damn.
It's probably less now because it's dark out. But dog, you go during the daytime, it's like 5.5.
Dog, I'm looking at it right now. It's 5 and some change now. It's nighttime even. Dog, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that joint's a hike, dog. Shout out Gina. She be taking that fucking drive all the time. That's where she from. She from out that way.
I wonder if there's a train that goes to Pittsburgh. That'd be great.
You probably gotta go to East Stroudsburg. You know that's where the train joint is that goes out to the well, nah. You might be able to catch one in Philly that goes that way.
Apparently, let me take a look here and look to see if there's an Amtrak train that goes. Oh, that should take you like fucking. It's still hours long.
How much is it though?
Okay, so you can take like a Amtrak for like $69, a Megabus for $63.
That's a round trip.
Oh, that's a one way. Let me see this.
Oh, shit.
Talk about round trip, return, like fucking. Let's say we're going to do this one day. Oh yeah, this should still go up.
Shit, you might as well fly out that motherfucker.
Flight pass boys in this bitch. I'm gonna just fucking fly out there. Fuck it. We're getting off topic. Just looking up Pittsburgh and shit. Like we got planning a fucking trip to go to the other side of our state.
Real shit. We gotta tell niggas like when we touch down out there. Yeah, we only came here for Wiz Khalifa. Shout out Rostrum Records, nigga.
Nigga dressed like it's 2010 and shit.
R.I.P. Mac Miller, dog. That's how they dress out there, joint, dog. Pittsburgh niggas are weird, man. Listen, when they come to Philly, dog, like I met a lot of people from Pittsburgh. They strange people, man. They strange people. Then they be trying like that shit hard out there, joint. Like, bro.
Because Pittsburgh might as well be fucking Ohio, all right? Just like, dog, we might as well give that to them, that motherfucking state.
Nah, Ohio already got too much going on, dog. They got fucking Cleveland. They got what's the other joint?
Cincinnati, Columbus.
Yeah.
Youngstown, I think, was out there too. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Toledo. There's all sorts of weird places in Ohio.
Yeah, but shout out Pittsburgh, man. Y'all niggas get on my fucking nerves. Let's get back to the mixtape though. Visions.
I think this was probably, if as much as I like it, I still think to me it's the weakest song on the album.
It's crazy. It's crazy because this is the most oversampled fucking beat of all time. Like ever since I heard this song back in the day, I feel like I've heard it 20 times since 2010, dog. Like, it's crazy, dog. Like, how many people we know rapped on this joint?
What's it? It sampled Hot October 1971 by Cortex.
I'm about to look that up.
But yeah, I've heard that, like the reuse of this beat on several occasions as well. It's dope. It also seems kind of pretty random because it's not like, I mean, there's nothing to me that necessarily highlights this song because it's still the same old. But it's like, listen, it fits. It's great. I still like it. It's just that, like, there's nothing overly unique about it to the point where you're just kind of like, wow, what the things that I felt. Ain't nobody ever said the things I felt while listening to Visions.
Yeah, MF Doom sampled it first. Then Odd Tyler's, when Tyler Creator did it on Bastards, and then Visions are the only oh no, there's 43 other ones. Hold up. I told you a lot of people did that shit.
A lot of people did that shit.
A lot of niggas did that shit. I got fucking tired of hearing that beat, though. It's like, oh my God. Another nigga about to rap on this joint. But yeah, Wiz did it justice. I'll say that. I say he did that. He did that joint. I mean, not a crazy song, but I like it a lot. Still Blazing. How you feel about this shit, man?
That I feel is be the most stoner track on the album. Crazy. That is freaking good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But again, this nigga, it's almost like it works as an advertisement to just smoke weed. Like, I remember every 420 would come around. It's like, dog, you got to play this song, dog.
Metal to the Pedal.
Pedal to the Metal.
I hate this fucking song, dog.
Okay. Let me say something now. When I first listened to it, this was the only song that I did not like when it first came out. Couple years later, not recently, I want to say a few years afterward, it grew on me. I love it. Fantastic. Love the song.
I gotta see if I still have it downloaded.
Something about it. I think it was just a beat or something like that. Like, it just felt like it had a night vibe to it as well. It grew on me, and it just like, this is great. This is a great song. It's fucking great. It became one. I don't say maybe one of my favorites, but like I enjoyed it a lot. I remember there was a period where I was listening to it like every day because it was like, dog, this is good. Why didn't I not like it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care for it, dog. I keep it real with you.
Fair.
All right, let's get to the next one. Next song is Good Dank. I kind of forgot about this song.
No, we coming, we came and spend money. We think it ain't nothing. That's why they gets a call on their own. Like, this dog, this was melody. His was just straight up melody on this, dog. He fucking rode this man. All right, this man's just skated all over this song.
Yeah.
The bass, man. The bass guitar all over this, John. Like, the guitar all over this motherfucker right here, man. Dog, like, I would listen to this shit right now. It is so good. Yeah. It is so good.
I ain't heard it in so long, dog.
Listen. After this, listen to it again. It is so good.
I heard this song so long, dog. Holy shit. We gotta go to Pittsburgh, man.
And worry about another nigga wild getting mine, homie. I ain't got the time.
And after that, we got the last skit. And then we got my second favorite song on the fucking album, dog.
This is my genuine.
My glass house, don't you want to rest my ass in my glass? Don't you want? Damn, this is my shit. Glass House featuring.
This was the hardest song.
You said
this was the hardest song on the album. Hardest song on the album.
Okay.
Dash digital situation critical. Hate to make it so blatant, baby, but I ain't playing. Maybe you got me confused with one of them other dudes. I ain't none of them. Under their breath mumbling, scared to tell them hoes what it is. You put yourself in that position. I chill with all that baller fishing. Get fucked around, then you caught a sharp, cold heart. Tear your feelings apart. Dog, Currency went crazy on that, dog. For real.
Yeah. And then after that verse, we wouldn't stop hearing Currency for ever. I ever. I ever.
Stop.
That nigga ain't stopped since. I ain't stopped seeing the name Currency since this song came the fuck out, dog. I see this song, I was like, Currency, who's that? That nigga dropped the mixtape every year to remind the nigga who the fuck he is, dog. Dog, man. Yeah, that's probably my second favorite song on the album, though. Real shit. It's a good joint.
This song introduced the world to Big Crit, in my opinion. I had not heard Big Crit before this song.
Really? You ain't hear? Really? That was your first time hearing him?
First time I heard Big Crit.
That's crazy. I definitely heard of him before that, because what's that mixtape called? I go on my phone. Hold up. Big Crit. The Vent. You don't remember The Vent?
Nope.
That came out like maybe like 2008, 2007 on the album Return of Forever.
Nope. Listen, man, listen. Wiz broke two artists to me, Big Crit and Big Sean. Like, I never heard Big Sean until I heard Phone Numbers and Phone Numbers and Gangbangin'.
Yeah, Gangbang's my shit, dog. Oh my God. Yeah, that one might have to go on a retrospective too, man. Fuck
it's on the list.
Yeah, Cabin Fever's that's that John, man. Yeah, man. Glass House, that shit, man. I got nothing more to say than that, man. That shit's fire, dog. And then we got the outro, which I don't remember the outro for this song, for this album.
It's pretty much the same melody as the intro.
Yeah.
Adds a couple words to it, but it's still the same, things that he was saying in the intro. Which again, nice way to land this plane, and then like the follow-up song afterwards was also just a nice cherry on top to kind of end what I consider to be a perfect project.
Wow.
And it's still perfect.
I've never heard the song Supply.
You've never heard Supply?
Yeah, I don't feel like I've ever heard this. Oh no, yeah, I have. I'm tripping.
It's a pretty chill song. It's dope. I fucked with it.
Yeah, this shit's alright. I have heard this shit before. I was about to say, like, what the fuck is this? I never heard of a song after the outro in this genre, but that's it. Yeah. Damn, yeah, that's it, man. So it's time to reflect now after that. So after listening to this mixtape for the podcast, I'm guessing your sentiments on it haven't changed. I mean, you still love it to death.
I walk away with this with a greater appreciation for his artistry and how he crafted this project altogether at that time. It does not. I don't think it gets spoken about enough how great a project this was. This was a perfect project. No skips. 10 out of 10. Like, there's no other way I can say that. Like, if he had dropped this as an album, it'd be a perfect album. It's that fucking fantastic. But again, this was before he became mainstream Wiz, but this is what shot him into that sort of space before he kind of like decided to take his artistry into a different direction. But man, this right here, you just gotta like, it's encapsulated in a bottle. And just like anybody who wants to like, if anything, you got to thank Wiz Khalifa for at least giving us this. Giving us Cabin Fever, and of course giving us like I re-listened to Flight School, and Flight School is dope. Flight School is a dope ass mixtape, to be quite honest. If anything, it's in the top 5 for it, over his number 3, probably 2, 3, Flight School. But like this right here, man, was special. I remember listening to this like every day when it came out, dude, because it was just that compelling. It was on rotation heavy. And now it's like, it's one of those things where you have your shit on shuffle, and then like a John will pop up from this mixtape, and you're just like, dog, man, those were the times, man. Those were times.
Yeah. This and This and Rolling Papers and Cabin Fever always take me to a certain time. And it's gonna sound corny that we talking about this on the podcast, but it definitely takes me to a different time, even in our friendship, man. Like when I think about them albums, it's just for some reason, like that Cali trip, I listen to Rolling Papers a lot. So when I listen to Rolling Papers, I think about the Cali trip. I mean, and you remember Cali was one of the first times like we really hung out outside of school. You know what I mean? We went to the motherfucking strip club together and shit. You know
That
what I mean?
ass. Yeah.
Like, so it's like when I think about like this project, or I think about Cabin Fever, or even like, I mean, Rolling Papers, I be thinking about like the power circle, man, and how everything like just kind of came together, man.
The building blocks essentially of what became our group
Yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah. And now we doing motherfucking podcasts together and shit. This shit's crazy.
Reflecting upon it years later, who would have thought, nigga? It's just,
Yeah, yeah, man.
a decade ago, we was in a strip club, and now here we are. Niggas got jobs and their own crib and degrees and shit and all that stuff, talking about the shit from yesteryear. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
That shit crazy. Is there anything else you want to like talk about on this?
No, listen, man. I can't sing its praises enough. So at this point right now, we need to get back onto like figuring out what's up next, so I can listen to something new. And if it's something that I'm going to possibly hate, because now it's your turn to choose.
Oh shit. Oh shit. What should I choose, man? Let me go on the list, man. So we can let the listener know what we about to what's about to be next. Notes.
Pulling up the list as well.
Yeah. Damn. Damn. I think I got an easy one for us.
Go for it.
Forest Hills Drive.
Ooh, okay.
I think that'll be an easy one for both of us, man. I mean,
Okay.
I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good for the podcast, man. So guys, be on the lookout for that. I think that's it for this podcast. I think we're gonna wrap this one up. It's gonna be a short one. This one's gonna be like a little bit over an hour, if even an hour. It might not even be an hour, but
We'll check the tape.
there's really nothing to really debate about with this. Like I feel like with Yeezus and The Life of Pablo, with those album retrospectives, we had a lot to debate about. You know what I mean? Because those are two albums that we may have not even really like, especially with Yeezus, we both hated that album when it came out. We still kind of have a disdain for it, but I feel like I have a little bit more of appreciation for it. But with this project, I have nothing bad to say about it, man. I have nothing bad to say about it. And maybe that's why we shouldn't do 2014 Forest Hills Drives next.
Well. Here's the thing, okay? Like I like that you're dropping this as a 2-pack, so it's kind of like we had the music John, and this is kind of paired with that. So it's like combined total of all that type of stuff. It's great, but I think with Forest Hill Drive, I think there is something to reflect on when it comes to that. Because like I don't think I'm going to be. It's a good album, but I don't think I'm going to sing about it as glowingly as I'm doing with this one. Kush and Orange Juice was just special.
Yeah.
Forest Hill Drives, we need to kind of dig deep into like the directions where in which Cole kind of grew as an artist from who he was prior to Forest Hill Drives and kind of to where he is now as well. So this is kind of like the midpoint in his discography, and it's his classic as well.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna pick two albums. I want you to pick one of the two. We're gonna do either 2014 Forest Hills Drives by J. Cole, or we're gonna do Magna Carta Holy Grail by Jay-Z.
Tough because like I'm over here. I'm not looking at it from like a perspective of like how I felt about the album, more along like content wise.
I think content-wise, Magna Carta Holy Grail, because I'm gonna say it right now, I hated that album. And I haven't listened to that album like dead ass since probably like it came out. So that would be something to listen to be like, all right, I mean, do I fuck with it now? I mean, do I fuck with it now? Which was the whole point of this album retrospective. But 2014 Forest Hills Drives, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's my favorite Cole album. So I'm about to dick ride the whole podcast. I mean,
listen, we could always go back to it. So, but if you want to go with Magna Carta, okay, what's it? Hour-long album, 16 tracks. We can do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's what y'all got to look forward to for the next retrospective. Probably coming sometime in January, February. Yeah, I mean, we'll work on that, man.
Yeah, we got time.
We might record it way before then and just drop it then. Because like I said, these next couple podcasts are gonna be special, all right? I think we started the year off. We were on episode 51. We're now on 74. We're gonna probably try to end the year off on like 75 or 76. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But that was it, man. That's our album retrospective. I didn't really give my last 2 cents. I'll give my last 2 cents is everything that Warren said. I think the album is still to this day a classic. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I think it's a perfect, like no skips, dog. The only thing you might skip is the fucking skits, and that's it. And
Look, really the skits add to it. I love the skits, man. Especially the Slim skit was also pretty dope too, as well. It's almost like a track in and of itself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's something I didn't like about the Cali Grove fucking album either, was the fucking skits, man.
It's 50 Cent.
That's still, man. Like what the fuck, man? I don't want to hear that shit.
Were you ever a fan of skits on albums?
Probably not. I can't even think of an album I like the skits on besides maybe Carter 2.
Late Registration. What about the Late Registration skits?
I mean, that was my man's though. So yeah, of course, everybody listened to them Jones.
Like, listen, I think skits have a space on albums because it allows the albums to kind of give it that cinematic feel to it. It makes it's almost like you don't have an album unless you have skits on it, because it just shows that you kind of put some thought and craft into wanting to create, like, this is going to be an audio experience and not just you listening to random tracks from top to bottom. Like, we want to put you on a journey here with this.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Good Kid, Mad City, man. This is like the skits are kind of intertwined within the songs as well. My goodness.
Yeah. Overall, yeah, still love the project, man. So there you have it, man. If you need something to go listen to a 2010 classic, Kush and Orange Juice by motherfucking Wiz Khalifa, dog. But that's it for the podcast, man. Like I said, we recording 2 podcasts back to back. They're gonna be coming out like a week or 2 apart from each other. But I mean, just so y'all know what we got planned up. The next podcast, I don't know if we're gonna do an actual game podcast, or we might have something planned out for y'all. Because like I said, December's coming up, and we kind of want to give y'all a little something, you know what I mean, with the podcast this next month. We kind of want to finish off the year strong and do some things that we've been looking forward to doing. So be on the eye for some, for some new content coming out. But it's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO. My boy Warren is my co-host for this. As always, make sure you rate the show 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment. Let us know what you think about this album. Have you listened to it? Have you not? If you like it, come back. Tell us, I mean, what you don't like, what you do like. Also, check out blackguygames.com for the latest gaming news. And we will see you on the next episode of the Inferno Gaming Podcast. Peace out.